Hello, everyone. I want to first off thank the Most High for waking me up to see another day. My name is Travis Vannote. I'm from Denver, Illinois. I'm 43 years old. As you can see, I'm a white guy. To start off, I spent the first 22 years of my life growing up in the projects. My mom and my dad had me and then separated and got with black folks. My mom had 3 girls and my dad had 2 boys. So growing up, I always knew I was different, being the only white kid in the family. Even my cousins and friends was black. Growing up in the 80s and 90s, gangs was bad. My cousins lived in Vice Lord territory and I lived in GD territory, so it was definitely rough growing up being in the middle of my whole life. I started smoking weed at the age of 10 with my mom and my dad, started drinking and smoking cigarettes at the age of 13. I was so young I couldn't even tell you when I started watching porn because I was too young to even know what it was. I thought all of that stuff was what kids done. But anyways, to get to the point, my family never talked about God or anything. I remember Jehovah's Witnesses come to my grandma's house. They always bring Watchtower books. I, for some reason, was always excited to read them and was very curious to know what they were about. Then at the young age, I started to listen to rap, mainly Tupac in a group called Bone Thugs. They had a lot of evil stuff in it, but it also talked about God. So I thought, well, that's that person God again. So I got curious again, thinking now I knew the Most High always had his hand on me because I could have easily been led off in a bad direction. I still did go off in the wrong direction, not knowing right from wrong. I don't know the real truth of why he made me white and not black like my sisters and brothers and cousins was. Anyways, had my only child when I was 16. Never got to see her because her mom would move every time I found her. So at the age of 17, I got caught with a bag of weed and got put on court supervision and had to go to rehab because my mom would lose her apartment. So I was 35 days and I was in complete denial about everything. I got off and went right back to smoking. I got off court supervision and 6 months later I got in trouble with the law. Again, I got put on probation for 2.5 years and I kept violating for dirty drops. So around 99, 2000, I somehow started going to this church. I have no clue what led me there. At the time, all I could say is God. I don't think I accepted Yahusha into my life at that time or not. So anyways, I violated probation again and had to go to rehab again and got put on drug court. But when I got out, I was doing good, going to church and chairing NA meetings at the church I went to. Honestly, I can't tell you why I stopped going to that church, so I got to move on. So I don't know what really was going on between 2000 and 2003, except being in trouble with the law. So in 2003, my stepdad got shot 9 times and killed for crack money. That happened on May of 2003, and we moved out of the projects in June of 2003. So on to the next God experience. I was on the city bus and this guy was talking about Jesus and he gave me a card to go to his church. I must have still believed or something because I always carry a pocket Bible with me, so I put it in my Bible. So I went on with life, not thinking about it anymore. So about a year later, I was going to intensive outpatient classes, not remembering the guy, but been going to classes with him for a while now. So one day he was inviting me people to go to his church again. I for some reason remembered the name of the church because I used the card he gave me for a bookmark and he mentioned the name of the church. Long story short, I showed him the card he gave me over a year ago and I knew that was a God moment for sure. I started going that Sunday. That was a very important moment in my life. I knew God was calling me back home. I accepted Yahusha and got baptized. Really don't know much after that. That was between 2004 and 2005. When May of 2005, I graduated drug court and got off probation after 7 years. Sad thing is, I went right back to smoking after being clean for over 2 years. I smoked for 1 week and got really depressed and quit smoking Well, to skip a few months to October 2005, my now wife and her sister got dressed up to go to the movies but said, why get dressed up to sit in the dark? And decided to go to a bar that they'd never been to before, which happened to be the bar I shot pool with my dad all the time. So that's how I met my wife. So awesome how God works. So we got married a year later, but throughout our marriage, we continued to do drugs. We lost everything and was homeless and had to live with people a few times and lived in 3 different states besides Illinois. We've been through everything a married couple could go through plus some. We quit smoking so many times trying to get back to the Most High and always failed. I can only think we never stayed clean because we always still hung around with people and places that never kept us on the right track. Either one of our families believe or follow the Most High, so we continued down the wrong path. And what awesome about the Most High is when I first met my wife, she didn't even know who God was until I started talking to her about Him. And she started going to church, and I kept telling her one day I'll go to church. So the awesome thing is she helped me to come back to Him. So she accepted Yahusha and got baptized in 2010. Well, to get to the present day, we have been together 19 years and married for 18. I could say the Most High is awesome. It's 2024 now, and as of February 12th, we have been clean for over 40 days. This time for sure, for some reason, is way different than any other time we got clean. The Most High put it on my heart to quit my job and to get clean and to isolate ourselves from everything and everyone so that we can totally surrender our lives over to Him. Anyway, it's been almost 2 months since I have worked. Haven't even had money for rent this month. Haven't even had bad news about losing our place yet either. All I can say is I know He has us right where He wants us. He is definitely working on all areas of our life. Definitely patience, because it's been very tough not knowing what's next or what should we be doing. All the job opportunities have closed on me so far. All I can say is I know His ways are better than our ways. Before closing, I want to say stay strong and obedient. I love y'all. And Romans 8:28, and we know that all things work together for the good of those who love God and who've been called according to His purpose. Y'all have a blessed day.